Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. Right now something strong is brewing in Eleme, Onne in Rivers State. It's as if there are two chairmen running that local government area, and where their loyalists and their boys seem to have gone for each other, literally speaking, each one of them taking charge of the revenue collection, and it's not sitting well. Other local government areas seem to have been able to get a hold of their tax collection, but as we speak, Eleme Onne is definitely going all out. Now the question now is, who is really the chairman of Eleme local government area? As the former local government chairman seemed not to let go, and his boys are all over the street still doing the needful. Before we head into the newspaper, please subscribe to our channel. The Rivers State Police has confirmed that a lot is happening around the area of Eleme. Inside sources says that Onne community are becoming no-go area at the moment, some few days back actually, as groups advise their members and workers not to get near places such as Ageta. It was reported that one person, of course, name withheld, went down in the process. Now, by mid-Sunday, two persons were brought down. Preliminary findings showed that Chief Revenue Collector at Onne Market, who had been in charge for years under the authorization of one of the outgone local government area chairmen, was asked to step down on January 29, 2025 by the current chairman. Now, the current chairman was said to have made the changes by reorganizing the revenue collection unit and probably replaced them with his own loyalists. It was also gathered that some of the displaced boys vehemently rejected the change and began to foment troubles, now forcing the present leadership of the council to order some arrests as at January 30th, 2025. Now, this was said to have provoked the move against them on February 1st, 2025 by those who lost out, leading to bringing down of the first victim. Now, source said that the group loyal to the present chairman got angry and launched a reprisal which led to bringing down of two persons. Now, a twist in the crisis has, however, appeared as the alleged presence of one notorious guy who ought to have been in detention has created fears. He was released. Families are warning their relations to avoid Agbeta areas of Onne. Security agencies has been at the said community to ensure peace and calmness in the area. A source said, as we speak, residents of the area, of the said area, which is Agbeta, have all moved out for fear of the unknown. It was also alleged that an attempt was made to set a certain building ablaze by building allegedly owned. This building is allegedly owned by a former party leader, but for the presence of the security personnel that averted it. Now, a source also close to the local council authority pointed fingers to those who released this notorious person from detention, though they didn't mention the name of the notorious person that was in detention but was released for just this very issue that's on ground. Other sources said that this guy had been the one in charge of a whole lot of things. Now, according to them, they say he's used to parading the community with all manner, and he has been responsible for several people being brought down. His stronghold is Onne, the hometown of a former local government chairman. Now, those in Eleme believe that the police was helpless and would even be happy that this notorious guy was brought down. Reacting to inquiries, of course, Grace Irienge Koko, a superintendent of the police and police public relations officer PPRO, said that what took place were just moves and reprisals from that area. My colleague is in the house. Let me give a quick recap of what we are talking about here in a nutshell. Now, this is just a case of the former local government chairman and his boys, and the present local government chairman and his boys. Now, for the former local government chairman, they have been having their way, or rather, the former local government chairman boys have been having their way, still collecting their revenue taxes as at when due. But ever since these guys were inaugurated, though they've been inaugurated in eleme, onne to be precise, they have been unable to get the hold of all those catchment areas. Each time they try to go, those guys are still standing firm. But now these guys have been inaugurated, that local government have been inaugurated. The likes of Chief Nyowo had already taken charge a long time ago. Everywhere is calm. He's fully in charge. Maybe that's one of the reasons why Nyowo had a lot of special media, special aids everywhere. Over 200 employed, so that he can, get all the catchment areas under his grip. Whereas this one here, it's just, working with the limited people he's comfortable with, not bothering to get as much as possible. So when he now decided to bring down these ones, come January 1st, to bring them on January 30th, to reshuffle the whole thing, so that going forward, the whole revenue will be coming to his own, purse and via his own boys. All hell broke loose. One, we are taking food from these other guys, and they have forgotten very quickly that their local government chairman, then whom they were loyal to, is no more on seat, and that was where the problem began. No, how can you take food from my mouth and all that, and thank God calm has been restored, but it's a case of the local government chairman trying to take a hold of his stand. My colleague is in the house. We're going to look at this very critically. What's your take? What do you think the local government chairman of eleme would have done differently? I feel that he reacted a little bit too late. Would he have followed? Do you think he ought to have followed the footsteps of Nyowo, or he doesn't need to follow the footsteps of Nyowo? I think he should have his own leadership style. What's your take? Although people said he has brought calm back, but what's your take?
Well, I think this whole thing boils down to your leadership attitude when it comes to taking over from certain persons who do not want to let go of leadership. You need to establish your authority. You need to let them know that you are the boss now, and I think that's where the problem is. The guys who have been hoisted out, we all know that they have been hoisted out, and even the court has shown that they have been hoisted out. Unfortunately, they feel that this is their birthright. And being that this is their birthright, they cannot just allow, because all of this fight we are seeing is not because they care too much for the people, or neither do they love eleme too much. All of it is because of, the revenue. Yeah. And that's why you see them still putting people at revenue point to collect money on behalf of themselves. You understand? They still want to be up there. So the ideal thing to do, just like this guy did, was to establish his leadership. Apart from establishing his leadership, to carry the security operative and even get a court injunction to that respect. Because if you get a court injunction or a court order, that anyone that you are the legitimate leader of, or legitimate chairman or executive chairman of eleme, and anyone who is found getting involved in revenue collection is automatically a thief, and when the person is caught, he will be prosecuted. When you get the court order, take it to the police, because as of now, most people believe that the police are taking side, but it could be because they have not seen things like court order. If you come out with a court order and hand it over to the police and ensure, just like you have been doing, you pay a visit to the commissioner of police or the police in charge of eleme and give him relevant, things like vehicles, like we have seen in other places, to be running and taking care of security. Get them fully involved in your leadership, so that when, by the snap of the finger, you see them, they will be fully active. Get them to stand at those lucrative points and get ready for this guy, because immediately there's a court order, it invalidates whatever emotional attachment somebody has to any position. You understand? So I think that was exactly what he would have done. But he was, though he was legitimately elected into office, he was doing it as if two chairmen were being elected. Yeah. And now we are struggling. Who will carry face? Who will not carry face? Come on, let them understand. I'm the boss now. You are a predecessor. I am your successor. I am in charge. And as long as I'm in charge, based on the provision of the Constitution, I am meant to detect how things are run here. I can never be a subsidiary of you. Mm-hmm. You understand? Mm-hmm. And you start proving it. When you become so forceful, as at first, like what this guy did, of your local government area chairman, did. Yes, Chijoke did. Get enough people to work with you. Get enough people as and down, because right now these guys are they just want money. So get enough people to work with you, and those people should be very confrontational. And those people not really confrontational, they should be working alongside the security. So let's drive down here, they go. Let's go here. Spend enough money as a this until you break their hold off the revenue of the local government. And from there you start functioning. I think that would have been the ideal thing. But however, because I know these guys are not going to give up until when there is maybe a public declaration that their stay is totally invalidated, maybe that's when they will secede.
Well, as of now, peace has been restored in the area. But I do know that if like my colleague has rightly pointed out, if there is no concretized hold on some of this tax collection and this revenue point, they will definitely come back. That's their channel of income.
Of course.
So there is no way they want to relinquish it so quickly and so early. Let's go wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment.